Good morning and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me as always is Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
I'm good, Dino, and how do you do? Good morning, everyone.
I'm good.
This is a new shirt. This is a new shirt. What does it say?
It says pronounce with an umpty, baby. When I first wore this shirt, people were like, "What's umpty?" I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot. If you don't know, the Humpty dance is the dance. Do the hump, do it, baby. Do the hump, to hump." That's if you don't know that, fuck you, and your life sucks shit.
We're going on TikTok for that.
I'm not doing it.
I don't want to register for TikTok.
Neither do I. It's fucking China, man. I've said bad things about China. Okay, Crystal. It's not. I posted.
We're not children.
And we're not children.
Ooh, I have something for you that's super funny. You know what I was thinking? Because, like, a lot of people are coming out as pedophiles lately.
I don't like where you're going, right? For starters. That's just, let's say that, so...
No, wait,
okay.
Hear me out. Okay? And
what the fuck?
I have the body that resembles a younger woman that could be not so... woman-like.
I'm more creeped out now.
Okay. I think that maybe my dating life might start going up because apparently everybody's into little girls. And I definitely,
you know what?
Somewhat.
This didn't necessarily go the way I thought it could go. It went much worse. So I'm going to say no. I'm not down with that. In fact, I don't want any involvement whatsoever in this little scheme you're brewing because it sounds absolutely horrific.
It's bad, eh? Yeah, I guess so. I don't really support
this kind of makes me want to say, you know what? Maybe we won't do two today. Maybe we'll just cancel it. That's Crystal has a bad idea.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, that is a bad. Listen, you started off trying to make. I thought you were gonna say I should post it. I'm like, I'm not posting for shit. That's fucking crazy. I want nothing to do with anything like that, and I will hunt people down.
I'm super red and embarrassed about what I just said.
Yeah, you really should be. I'll be honest with you. You should be. It was a horrible thing that you just said, and I'm. So this was our last episode, guys.
To make a joke.
2 minutes and 50 seconds. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I don't think we said this was going to be our last episode in the last episode, so this is definitely going to be our last episode. It took us 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and we fucked it. We fucked it like nobody's business.
So that's not a good new bit, is what you're saying?
Well, it's not so much that it's not a good bit. It's more so that it's not funny. That's for sure. It definitely tries to normalize something that's not normal. I would just say it's just not funny. It's more, like.
Then why can't I stop laughing?
Because you're a horrible person and dead inside. That's why.
Okay.
Just to clear that out, just so we didn't have any miscommunication, you're horrible and dead inside, and that's why we've come to this point.
And that's why I white trashed my sleeves rolled up on a Willie Nelson t-shirt, because that's how, like...
I think we've had a range of emotions for today that's been a little bit much, I think. Might be a little bit overloaded. Not really sure what the fuck's happening at this point, to be honest, guys. This is, we're 4 minutes in, and everything's going to
What have you been YouTubing these days, Dino?
Nothing that I want to share with you right now for what you've done to me. So I've been, actually, man, there's a lot of propaganda going around, and while I'm enjoying the shit out of it, because I love a good conspiracy theory that's well brought together. You know, when the web is so intricate that you're like, this actually sounds plausible. That really makes
all of them are right now.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is there's just so much, and you're just like, right now I'll believe anything, and that's so. Somebody sent me a meme, and I honestly I cried a lot because it was very funny. Because what it was Cthulhu coming out of the water, saying, I'm here to destroy the Earth, and then Godzilla comes out at the same time, is like, I'm here to destroy the Earth. And then the next one is like, oh, my bad. Did we double book? Are we in the right times? Like, well, I was supposed to be for winter, and I think you were supposed to be for summer. And they both have, like, reading glasses on. And then all of a sudden, Galactus comes behind them and is like, I'll destroy the Earth. Oh, what the hell? And both Cthulhu and Godzilla are like, fuck, 2020, seriously? And it's just like, I'm like, that sounds about right. And, like... I'll send it to you. I'll probably use it tomorrow.
Awesome.
I'll probably use it tomorrow for the thing because it's really funny. I really enjoyed it. But then like, this is the thing is right now like we're in this weird scenario, right? Like we're in like almost at the end of month 6 of quarantine, right? And people aren't quarantining. They did it for a little while. Most people are just being disgruntled shits. You have people fighting, say, you can't make me wear a mask, when it's like, you know what? Let's say Corona is completely 100% made up. So, there's been no, to my knowledge, there's been no definitive record of anyone wearing a mask and it causing their death. That simple, right?
True that.
And that's why I'm like, listen, you know what? And they're like, well, it's about mind control. That doesn't really make sense because it's the same thing with people saying that a microchip is going to be in the Bill Gates vaccine. You're like, this is the problem is our conversations are recorded or posted, okay? But our phones record everything. We know this is going on. And many companies have said, oh, sorry about that. And then just continue to do it.
It's in the terms and conditions.
Exactly.
If you read all the terms and conditions.
And that's why it's like, to say that he'll microchip us... The only reason microchipping would make sense would be that they could have a kill switch. And the idea that having a kill switch for everyone in the population is insane because...
They have that. It's called a nuclear bomb.
Well, and the difference is that a kill switch kills the person and the land is still usable, right? That's the thing is, yeah, you don't need that. When you have a government that can literally abduct you out of thin air and make you disappear at this point, it doesn't really make a difference, right? And so... it's some things that are just being ludicrous. But now it's like, whatever comes, you're like, yeah, I believe it. So, that was a lot of burp.
That was a ton of burp. Was that another Panzerotti?
Yeah, that was a Panzerotti.
So mad at you for eating Panzerotti.
Only one. I only had one.
Dino texts me.
He's
He's like... Victoria brought home got me Panzerottis. This is never a good sign, people.
Great sign.
Because we're going to deal with horrible Dino.
No, we're not. Listen.
All buggered up.
The only time that happened was when I had 2 Panzerottis at one meal. That's a lot of cheese to process. And I don't think I should be held solely responsible for that. Like, that's a task for anyone to deal with.
You didn't have to eat the 2 Panzerottis. And
I didn't this time, so we should be fine. All I feel is a warm belly full of cheese and fried dough.
No eating it tonight. Not tonight.
Okay. I might have some.
You can have it for lunch.
I'm going to have it for lunch tomorrow. Or maybe like a late breakfast. Like a brunch.
No.
Brunch Panzerotti.
What time are we recording?
It depends.
Because if you don't poop in between, you can eat the second one before. If you don't poop, no Panzerotti.
We should probably record at like 11 then. Just to, I like to, I used to wake up and poop, but now that my sleep schedule is so heinous with comedy as it was, and like during the day I would sleep, I'll wake up just to pee, but then I won't poop for another couple hours. So I would say, yeah, if we do it like a 10 o'clock thing, there's a good chance we should have passed that threshold. Well, we eventually got to poop. It only took 9 minutes. So we got canceled at 3.
Welcome to Morning Motivational Rant, people. Let's talk about some butt stuff.
I'm writing it down. The first title was Crystal Has a Bad Idea. Second title was Canceled at 3 and Butt Stuff at 9. That's how our news should... Just so you know, we have been canceled at 3, but butt stuff at 9. Yeah, just
We should get some sponsors now before we make it really bad.
Well, so okay, you want to hear something really funny? So, your mom.
Or we should let out all the bad stuff now before we get sponsors so we don't.
Well, so I was thinking about this. We may have to start trying to beep each other. That might be a thing. I'm wondering.
What?
Like, so we would swear, but then we censor it when we post it. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have to.
We don't-
knock out our swear.
Well, we don't have to, but
Our whole show's gonna be beep 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 beep. Fuck you, beep.
well, and that's why I'm like, I see. This is why I don't understand the idea of beeping people, because like I know what you said. There's no, right? Unless it's like a.
You don't want to sponsor our fucks? Then fuck off.
I think that's as eloquent as that can get. I'll be honest with you. That's. If you don't want to sponsor our
We
fucks,
might be a tad bit cunty on the show. We might be a very confused.
I feel like Krista's gonna go on a
correct.
rant and she's gonna wait for me to try and jump in. And I'm not gonna jump in. I'm just gonna let her keep going.
I feel like I'm just gonna stop then.
I don't think she will. She tends not to be a stopper. She tends to be a keep goinger, and definitely a habitual. What are you eating? Is it pirate?
Pirate cookies.
What the fuck is a pirate cookie?
The best peanut butter cookies ever.
Not peanut butter
We
cookies.
will definitely be sponsored by these and Nutter Butters any day.
I would actually. Yeah, Victoria found really fancy cookies, and I haven't opened them. I just found them the other day, and I really want to eat them, but I'm not going to eat them yet. I'm saving them.
Well, what are they?
I'll show you them.
Show me your cookies.
They're ginger thins.
That does not sound awesome. It looks cool, but it doesn't sound awesome.
You know what?
vanilla
I'm a
ice cream
fancy
on them?
man with fancy needs, okay? So fuck you.
Yeah, you are.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, you are. Don't worry. I'll get you the prettiest blouse in the whole store. I promise. Lots of ruffles.
I am not a pirate, okay? I am a gentleman and a scholar. Asshole. You're an asshole. I like fancy things and I like being fancy. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a dandy man. I am a fancy man.
Our fancy man. Look at you.
You're
fancy
such an
man.
asshole. I say it and it sounds okay. You say it and you're like, oh, you fucking dickhead. Beep that. Beep you
Did you
beeping
see?
beeper.
Somebody on my post, and he's like, on one of my posts on Facebook, he's like, do you eat? And I'm like, just babies.
So. I don't think that delivered what you wanted delivered.
I think it did.
Okay, then I'm wrong.
It was exactly what I meant to say. Because fuck him.
Definitely fuck him. No, well, like no, not like you know what I mean. That's-
Not like physically, because apparently I'm too bony. In the 80s, this physique was much desired.
That's true. The waif look was very sought after.
Very sought
Very
after.
sought after.
The girl that would float away like a piece of paper.
Yes.
Very sought after.
Turn
Girls
sideways
hate
and
paper
fall down
when
the-
I was in high school.
Fall between the cracks. Yeah.
When I was high school, there was this girl that ate paper because she didn't want to gain weight. Okay.
What?
Yeah, times were tough in my day. Because that's when everybody started like wearing no clothes. So girls had to be skinny because everybody was wearing no clothes.
I don't know. I'm afraid that Victoria's gonna lose more weight and then leave me because she's too thin now. So
No,
Wow.
she'll still want you.
I haven't.
Because that way she'll be comfortable for if she gains the weight back. Because she'll still be.
As long as I destroy her self-image, I'll be fine. That is a horrible thing to say. Like, what the?
Girls love that shit. Girls love that shit. Trust me.
So I'm working on a bit where it's very female-centric, and I'm
Whoa.
overcoming. It's my entire thing is I say I have found the solution to sexism, and then I
Okay.
explain and I say that, listen, ladies, I know you're thinking to yourself, this fat fuck is now going to mansplain sexism. I'm like, no, I'm explaining it for men to understand what is going on. and
Elaborate.
I'm gonna use it. I've refined it pretty well. So right now,
You have some competition, you know that, with the gay man.
no.
Because the gay man kind of swims in this pool, I think, that you might be
Listen,
swimming
I'm
in.
not. No. It's not like that.
But a straight man's version would be better, because then we could actually know.
Yeah.
Because gay man would be like, ew, don't do that.
So,
Just like I am. I'm like, ew. For
well,
vaginas.
I'm going to
Ew.
explain it in a very, very specific way that will help win over a female audience, but also make men go, yeah, that's some crazy shit. And that way, I can try and you know what? I'll tell you later, because you guys, I'm gonna post it eventually once I finally get back on stage. But it is one of the things I'm working on.
Who are you going to tell first? Them or
I'm gonna
me?
tell you, obviously. That's why I pointed to you. I'm gonna tell you later. No, I'm gonna tell you later, and you're gonna hear it when I go on stage. Get the fuck out of here.
I think you should run it by me, though, because some of your
Obvious-
stuff, like your Instagram girls and stuff like that, some of that is a little bit sexist and you don't realize it.
The which one?
So-
My Instagram? What now?
You're like, your opinion on like Instagram women and stuff like that. Sometimes you can be in their roles in television and stuff. Sometimes you can be a little bit sexist, and I think maybe you should have a female to tell you no.
What? You're saying a woman could tell me what to do? I don't think so.
And am I usually the type of woman that no? I am so a barefoot, pregnant kitchen kind of woman. Like, men should get the big piece of chicken type of woman. But I also have not crossed some lines that you've crossed.
I don't know what did I cross?
I probably have. But like the Instagram girls.
No.
Like how,
No.
like,
That is agreed upon contract.
There's a
And They
contract.
have agreed upon a specific social contract and have reneged on it, and I stand firm by that. Now, I don't care. You cannot. It is not right for you to flip the script. It's not nice. It's not polite.
those girls probably eat babies too, though.
Probably.
That's why they're so skinny.
They do look fantastic. I've been getting a lot more messages from strange women on Instagram. Yeah. And it's always like
I'm like weird about it.
no, it's always like bots and stuff, and like I don't know, it's like, hey, I'm looking for love, and I'm like, what are you? Like,
In all the wrong places, tell them.
no, I never, because if you respond back, then they can actually talk with you. So I just delete the message. I'm like, you guys are fucking weird, man. And that's,
Oh,
I just,
God, I gotta
I can't.
delete. I'm gonna start botting you and sending you like
What the?
weird messages.
Like I get some. It's like, hey, I'm looking
Can you hear
for
me breathing?
sexual fantasy fulfillment. I'm like, definitely delete. This is some. Just do not send me breathing. Number one, that's not how breathing sounds. I think I'm confident. That was all Panzerotti, and it was delicious. Okay, it was so good. I wish you could smell it, because I would, if we were in person.
I
I would definitely just be like right over to you, because I would want you to enjoy it too.
Ew, that was gross.
What, me saying that, burping in your face, or you jamming your finger in your mouth and finding something and still eating it, okay? Fuck you, we all do it, okay? You find it and you're going, oh wait, there's some,
Peanut butter cookie.
yeah, you're like, hey, there's some nutritional value still there, I'm gonna keep it in my mouth. That's what happens, right? If it's too small,
Oh, what else am I
look, if
gonna
it's
do?
too small, then you're like, hey, I'll disregard it. But if it's big enough to have some nutritional value, you just leave it in there and say, hey, I'm just gonna give this another try. There's nothing wrong with another try,
Right.
you know?
Give her another
It
lick.
took years of anal horribleness for Greece to perfect anal and give it to the world, right? If only they had had the same controls and experiments that they did with anal with democracy before unleashing it on the world, we might be in a better situation we're in today. And
I think that might have been what happened.
I think I might use that as a
There's
bit.
a whole lot of people. I think
it should.
And there's a whole lot of people fucking a lot of people up the ass nowadays, like literally and figuratively. So I think that maybe Greece has rubbed off. You guys are out there.
I'll tell you right now, Greece has rubbed off on everyone. That's just a fact. Greece has definitely rubbed off on everyone, probably multiple times. Not limited to the women, just so you know. Men,
Once in the
women.
sauna at the YMCA.
What?
Like at the sauna in the YMCA.
A few friends of mine invited me to a bathhouse, and I was like, no. They were like, come on, it's good for you. And I'm like, gross. And they're all men like my age and like around my age and older. And I'm like, number one, not one of you is a looker. Number two, I don't want to see myself naked right now, to be honest with you. I don't feel very pretty. I've gained a lot of weight.
I think Joe Rogan goes inside his sauna thingy naked.
Mm-hmm. It's his sauna. He can do whatever he wants.
With other men. Does him and Jamie go sit in the sauna naked together?
He doesn't film where he recreates. You know that, right? Like, I believe he has a sauna in his own. He has his own sauna house. Like,
I don't creep him. I just watch his podcast.
I enjoy his dialogue with people, to be honest.
And I watch UFC because it's hot.
You're a pervert. You're a fucking pervert, is what you are.
I have to watch the men fighting over my love, Dino. It's the least I could do. They're sitting there risking their lives and sweating and breathing heavily.
I feel like you're cheating with Bob the Dryer with your TV. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think Bob the Dryer is a adequate replacement for now, because I feel like TV would be like, you could get cancer from TV if you're rubbing up against it. I don't know. TVs are weird.
I think I might have to go to the laundromat soon and use those big machines.
What the fuck was that?
They cost a bit more money, but you pay for what you get.
Christmas is around the corner. It's very peculiar. I'm not really sure how to deal with this at this point, guys. It's like, I don't know. See, this is, we talked about this earlier, was the whole idea of, like, that interaction. I'm not necessarily 100% comfortable with where we're at in our friendliness, right?
Clearly, I am not one with a line or boundaries or.
See, the problem is
where that line is that you're not supposed to cross.
See, this is the problem, is though. Like, if I feel super comfortable, then I will trample over whatever mysterious line you may have completely told me about. And then you'll be like, you're a fucking piece of shit. So...
That's okay. Be a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit a lot, too.
I don't think you're a piece of shit. But I know that I'm a piece of shit. That's the difference.
Not as much as you, but like I am. No. Everybody has their own ways, honey. It's okay.
No, listen, it's coming.
You've been catered to
this. It's going to happen in time.
It's okay.
I feel like it'll probably happen...
is now.
See,
your mommy loved you too much. You know.
What the fuck does that mean? It's like, you've had too much love, fatty. Too many people have loved you.
I didn't have enough, so too many of the wrong people have hugged me. Too many of the right people hugged you.
That is.
So you were too loved. That's why we're different. But that's what makes us better, because we can teach each other. You can teach me what appropriate touching is, and I can teach you how to appreciate the appropriate touching that you receive.
For those listening in, I hope you're enjoying the fuck out of this. We have a few regular listeners on the other stuff. What do we have it on? We have it on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. But like, I have to. There are some things that I tell you, I'm just like, I don't know if that's gonna communicate.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Especially because we can't see anybody, so we don't know.
Also true.
But that's okay.
I don't
Hello,
know.
everybody. I'm working on my Dr. Nick impression. It's still not working.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Nick.
Fuck.
What?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr.
No, you're making it too. You're leaving your tongue flat for too much. Hi, everybody. So instead of using your tongue to flatten the sound, use your throat. It's good advice.
Hi, everybody.
sometimes the only thing it'll do is the throat.
Relax your throat.
And just get on there.
You
You have to let the movement happen of the sound.
let the movement happen, and he will take out the garbage. Is that simple?
What is... Oh my god! That went so crazy! What the fuck?
Relax your throat, and he will let you have that pampered chef party.
Oh... I worry at who is...
And pumpernickel bread.
Pumpernickel's pretty tasty. I think that might work.
It's a good party. Shows you fancy. That and that cheese that you put in the oven.
Actually, you want to hear something really funny? Was
Fancy stuff.
no, okay. So, as we've discussed, I was very religious growing up. I saved myself for marriage, and I remember my ex-wife started to see a lady in the neighborhood regularly. Just by happen.
Oh.
And the lady was like, "Hey, I'm having a Fantasia party if you want to come over." And now this is the thing, and I feel like I should have realized something was up at this point, because I'm like, she was like, "I'm lucky I knew what that was," so I would be like, "Yeah, sorry, that's not my thing." And I was kind of like, "Why? What is it?" And then she explained it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, that would have been really uncomfortable for like it's." Like, realistically.
How innocent was she, but when, like, how experienced was she
I broke the seal.
when you guys hooked up? Oh, you were both virgins.
Yeah.
Aw, I lost mine with a virgin too. Wasn't it wonderful?
A lot harder to figure out than you'd think. That was the
Oh, yeah.
best advice I ever gave was, I'm like, you know what? It's not easy. You just kind
Watch a
of...
lot of porn first.
No, well, you know what? Even if you don't, like, just you get the rhythm of it because we're animals, right? But you just gotta take your time and communicate, but figuring it out the first time, because it can be painful too, right? Especially for ladies and also for men too. So you have to just kind of go with it, make sure things work, and kind of make sure you get feedback as to what's good, what's not good, and you go from there.
Do it in a bed and not in the back of a Jeep.
Also good advice. Rent a hotel room. Rent a hotel room. That's what we did.
That was romantic. We watched a whole lot of porn though before we did it, so it was freaky too. For virgins.
Yeah, well. And you know what? I don't say, like, that's the thing is, like, porn is such a slippery slope that I don't know. I don't know if that's good advice or not.
Don't tell your friends about what you did.
Definitely. You know what? Actually, that's one big thing that I find a lot of people do is they talk with their friends about their significant other. That is big no-no.
I
Like
don't
that's
like
that's
that.
a very
I really don't
that is a
like
bad
that.
thing set in motion because the image that your friends may have of your significant other can be easily corrupted and manipulated, and they will get, like, real friends will get more angry at your significant other than you are. You forgive them because you love them, right? Your friends put up with that person because you love them. So if they think that you don't love them, you're gonna have a bad time, right? That's why.
And remember, you vent to your friends, and so all they ever hear is bad stuff all the time. If you're just talking all your shit to your about the bad
Yeah.
stuff, right? And then you go home and everything's okay, and they don't understand why everything's okay and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes too, whatever happens between you and your partner, that's supposed to be your person.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the person you gossip to. That's supposed to be the person that you talk
Oh,
about that
definitely.
shit with. Because if you're talking about it with everybody else, then it's like your team is broken. Like that's your one team that you kind of,
Yep.
you let everybody else into.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. And that's, I think a lot of times people will talk about their significant other with their friends, and you're like, that is a huge like that. You are actively playing a part in destroying your relationship. It's that simple.
Especially sexual stuff.
Especially sexual stuff. And you know what? I'll tell you, ladies, right off the bat, men always sense that shit, and they're paranoid about that kind of stuff. And especially, like, there's times when men, look, erectile dysfunction affects many people, and sometimes it's not erectile dysfunction where it's an actual issue. It's just, hey, you know what? Men are told that they have to be ready to fuck randomly in an alleyway surrounded by spiders. that's not a thing. And I'll tell you right now, I'd be like, hey, go fuck yourself. I'm like, I'm not fucking you in the back alleyway because, number one, that's gross. And number two, fuck you, right? Minimum is a bathroom stall. No, I'm just kidding. That's not. But no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. Like, listen, there's a rush about the lustfulness of a random fucking.
If you're both into it, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you're both ready to go. And
Okay,
it's
but like
hey.
your first time, you don't want it in an alleyway
Oh,
or
God,
something
no.
like
Oh, God, no.
you know, like
No.
that's not.
No, make that special. So that way, if you fuck up for the rest of them, at least you had the good to start off.
Yeah.
And I think it makes you more. I think if it wasn't for having a great, like, a nice, pure beginning, it could have been bad. Because I would have not known any better.
Yeah. That's why he used the pinky instead of the thumb.
He made it good enough for me.
See, this is the problem, is I'll make a joke that I'm like, maybe this is too far. And then she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, it definitely was too far. It was definitely too far. Because she's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet with that kind of sharing. It makes things a little uncomfortable.
That's what I do.
I know you do, and I applaud you, and I appreciate you.
I don't mean to.
No,
I really
it's
don't
not.
mean
It's
to.
not that. It's. I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. I just mean that it's not necessarily what I anticipate, and a lot of the times, like, see that. Remember, there's that.
Where do I?
Yeah, I can understand that. That's it is what it is, right? I don't know. It's life is weird that way, you know. And I remember, like, we were talking about it earlier, how it's like, yeah, it's until you kind of get to a level ground in any sort of relationship, workplace, romance, friendship, whatever it is you'll find that there's, like, I'm super, super needy because I'm like, I just need an everything's okay alarm. So it's like, if I send a message and, like, some people won't respond for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours because they're making you a pie, which, like, it makes you feel like a piece of shit even more. You're just like, I just wanted to say hey and see how you're doing, but you get no response. And then you're like, now I feel like shit because she was making me a pie.
This is my bad thing, though, is that I really, really like people, but I don't know how to communicate. Like, I want to do nice things for them, and I do nice things for them, but I don't know how to, like, talk. And I feel like every time I talk, because I always have, like, some big dramatic moment happening, and
That's
I'm
true.
like, fuck. Like,
No.
you know, and I'm like, I just want things to be nice and easy.
Yeah.
And you just haven't been very nice and easy for, like,
True.
10 years, 30 years.
Yeah. So
and
really,
I like to laugh about it, and everybody else wants to talk all serious about it, and I'm like, guys, fuck, can we please go live in tree forts and have trolls as
I
friends?
feel like for
and
everyone else,
sing
it's like
with
2020
bears?
was the shit year, but for Crystal, it's like 2020 was an expected end to the movie that was the 2010s. Like, it was.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Right? This seems status for the course, you know, just par for the course.
I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I got this, guys. Come on, it's okay.
I love it. No, I love it. It's great. This is. Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta see if I can
It's just
find
because
it.
everybody's not used to change, and I'm not used to stability.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like,
I can't hear a word you're saying right now, just so you know.
Why is everybody freaking out? Relax. Yes, everybody's corrupt. Hello. Welcome to the big picture, folks.
You've gone totally mute. I can't hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
Now you can.
Hello.
There we go.
So,
Hi.
well, and this is, so I didn't hear anything that you just said, so that should be entertaining. It's like a nice surprise that I'll have for later when I'm editing. Well, this is the thing. So I saw,
It was right before I did the finger poke thing again for the second time.
oh,
So watch it once and then wait for it for a second time.
so send me somebody a meme, and it's like, you know the wine glasses that have no stem? So it's just like it looks like a little thing. So it says, an optimist says the glass is half full, which is nice. So a pessimist says the glass is half empty. But then 2020 says, that's pee, isn't it? And I'm like, that is exactly what I think of when I think of what is happening these years. It's just like, yeah, 2020, that's pee, isn't it? Because it looks like white wine.
It's cream soda.
Listen, I like my cream soda pink. God damn it.
Oh my goodness, no. 2020 is it's a little bit weird for me because I get to see other people react
Yes.
to my life, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, and I'm having a hard time kind of surviving their life. So, and Dino, I'm feeling super, super, super selfish about wanting to run away in the bush right
Why?
now. Because of how obvious it is that I am needed here, and this is like a new family to me, and it's like it's new to me, and I feel very selfish, like I should be, like I should help these people, like, and feel good about it, but I just want to quit.
There's two sides to that.
So much.
I understand that totally. Listen, so you wanting time for yourself is not selfish, okay? So that understand that.
When everything is happening.
Sorry?
Like this, like this is the worst possible time.
Right. So this is so realistically you would call this a perfect storm. There's just a lot of different elements that when combined make certain things very difficult to decide and make you feel guilty. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's totally normal. Sorry, all pants are rotting. So the point is this. You should not feel guilty to want time for yourself, okay? Now, you have responsibilities or have taken on responsibilities that are important on a daily basis, okay? Now, the problem with that is that, okay, there's no right answer in the situation, okay? I'll start with that. There's no, because you needing to get away is totally reasonable, because you have to, if you're not in good spirits, how well will you be able to take care of others? That's fair. Okay?
It's impossible right now to do it, and I'm like this close to snapping.
I understand that completely, and you know what? You gotta.
My mattress didn't show up today for my camping. I got one of these cool foam mattress thingies, and I'm like, why didn't it come? Even though I can't leave right now, but I'm like, why isn't it coming? Why is it not like?
Listen, my heart goes out to you because I know it's not easy. That's for fucking sure.
Well,
but it's
this I can do.
Yeah.
And and it's like that, but I can't not be here for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
So it is. Like,
yeah. No, I understand. It's. Listen, it's a rock and a hard place, and no one can make the decision for you. And just understand that there is no.
I'm gonna stay. Like I have to. I feel I'd be a horrible human being if I left her.
Listen.
It will just give me more reason to go.
Then you just have to find a way to just blow off some steam, just in the midterm to survive. Because look, we all get into those situations where we are overwhelmed, and we can't. Like, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to go on vacation in February, and Victoria and a couple that we were gonna go with were like, I'm worried about going right now with everything that's happening, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I want to go. I want to go right now. And you know what? I don't know. And that was selfish of me. It was very selfish. And then I found out somebody had passed away in Greece. And I was itching to go. And Victoria was like, hey, do you want to go? And I was like, no, I'm looking for an excuse to go, which tells me I shouldn't go. You know? It's not right. And that's why it's like, listen, you can't judge it on that. You just have to figure out a way to blow off some steam in the meantime, just to keep you sane. Because look, you have to not crack. That's the key to this, right? Yeah. So we're gonna record. We're recording double episodes every goddamn day, just so she can scream at me. That's what we're.
Not so much pressure though. Not so much pressure. That makes me feel like I do a lot.
I know you do. Sometimes, and that's what I'm saying. Listen. We can talk about stuff to get you out of that. Right? Yeah. But at the same time, I have needs, God damn it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit.
I know, and I cater to your needs.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't at all. I love my wife. Shut up, pervert. Or I punch you in the fucking head.
I cater to the friendship needs.
Not really. Not really. It's like hours and hours and hours go by, and I'm like, either she's dead or hates me. I don't know what's going on at this point.
Welcome to friendship.
You know what? And I'll be honest.
Why do you think this whole family shit is new to me? And I'm freaking out. Because I'm like, what do you mean you guys want to, like, talk to me and stuff?
This is the problem, is, like, every time we interact.
Are we
and, like, if we actually, like, well, that's the thing, is the first time that we saw each other, I was like, that was really awkward for me, and it made me uncomfortable. And she was like, why? What are you fucking talking about? You're mental. right? And I was like, listen, she attacked me. She showed up looking like Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road. Like she had like war paint, a spear, not any spear, but a whaling spear because I have a tough hide. That's true. She chased me through the Walmart parking lot. It was great. So, but I'm like, so then I saw her last week for the pie, and I'm like, I know she's been going through a hard time. I wanted to give her a hug, but at the same time, I'm like, no, her grandpa's coming home. I don't want her to feel that I've put her at risk too. At the same time, I'm also like, don't touch me, freak. You're weirding me out. And it's just, it's been weird, right? So I always think it's like that. It's just going to go so much weirder when we start recording things and saying things.
Don't overthink this, because then you're going to either blow your load too soon, or you're going to...
See, it's things like that, things like that are going to result in bad times. That's what's going to happen. It's like, don't think like that, you'll blow your load too soon. What? That's definitely not what we were talking about.
No, you can't overthink things, because it's like, because then everything fucks up. That's the thing. Because if people like this negative is going to happen, this negative's going to happen, this negative's going to happen, guess what? That negative's going to happen.
So, the way what you just said got communicated to me was not how you said it. So, like, went high pitch, then low pitch, then sped up, then slowed down a lot. It was very, very freaky. It was like, you don't have to think about that way. And I was just like, huh? What happened? What happened? It's very peculiar. I don't know. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. We're awesome, and you should listen to us a lot because we're so fucking great.
I should.
I don't know.
So great. I'm sweating some huge boob sweat right now because my bra's extra padded. That's why my titties look so huge today. What's up, titties? So, but I'm like getting profuse boob sweat.
She literally has not stopped touching her chest this entire time. Okay, so for everyone listening, she literally has not had her hands off of her boobs the entire time, and she has
my belly button.
She has willfully refused to use the word humidities, which is, we know, the medical term for under tit sweat caused by an extra padded bra.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah, humidities is the greatest, one of the greatest things I've ever heard, and I love using it on stage because it's great. It's a great word. It really sounds like she's getting fucked or something because she's like, and I'm like, I don't. And she's frozen like, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening in that room. This is a weird experience for me.
It's actually the most religious time of my life because I'm one to praise God. Because you should praise God for the good stuff. So.
I definitely did not understand a word she just said other than something, their dick off. And I was like, what?
What? No, I said that's the time when I'm very like holy and I praise God. I'm like, thank God, oh God, oh God. Because you should praise God during the good moments and not just ask for his help during the needy ones.
I think you should just call the laundry machine God, and that way people will be like, this is where I pray. Leave me alone.
I do. I pray to him every day. 3 loads a day. White. In between white and darks. It's
just funny. It's funny when you walk in on her because she's only 4 foot 3 inches tall and has size 48 feet. So she's like jumped up, but her feet are still on the ground. So this weird, like, she's kind of hugging it. So it doesn't really make any sense. Just to make sure you have the visual in your mind. The dryer, she even has the feet are uneven, so it gives that a little extra shock. And that's why she calls it God. I have an overactive imagination, people. And I'm also a pervert, so it all goes. But that's the thing is, I don't just want to see everyone naked. I'm like, no, I want to see everyone in lingerie. So I like the whole romance of it.
Right?
I'm weird. I'm pretty sure my wife's gonna kill me after watching this, so I got like 3 weeks to live. Whatever, that's fine. She'll kill me later. It's gonna happen eventually, right? Like, listen, I have an Asian wife who's younger than me. There's no way I'm gonna outlive her. Like, if I outlive her, it's because of some sort of mad scientist thing. Like, I've turned into Superman, or I've been cloned or something of that nature is the only way that I'm going to
I
survive.
say it. Is Victoria microchipped? Isn't she from China? Do you worry that she's microchipped? You should check her. You should go over her with a thing and take it out for her. Because her government's a little bit scary. They might be microchipped. They might.
I don't know what she said. I just know that it was racist. That's what it is.
No, it wasn't. It was against their government. Their government's mean over there.
She was born in the
Go over
UK.
her and make sure she's not. Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. It works out pretty well. It's, she's...
But if she goes
What?
over for like family stuff, you should make sure that you're just check her to be safe. Love your wife. Check her for microchips.
Let's just talk about something else right now, because I don't want to have this conversation. It's just, every time... Okay, so the thing is, I'm talking a lot because she keeps on freezing up. But then she freezes up, and all I hear is... from my headphones. And then I'll hear, yeah, you should check that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I feel like when these match up, like, because she sends me her video, because we do it with a camcorder, that when they get matched up, it's gonna be fucking wild. But I don't really know, because now I'm just hearing these like random little and I'm like, I don't know if somebody's choking her or like what's happening in the background. And I don't know if she's got like a noose around her own neck and she's just like I don't know what's happening. It's just freaking me out. I don't know what to do anymore, guys. I feel like I've really gone downhill because we didn't really record for like almost a week. Like it was intermittent, and then we had all these gaps. So I'm like, I've reverted to not being a good person. Just everything that happens, I'm like, fuck these people, because I'm very angry, very angry.
He misses me.
I do.
Do you want to hear something fun?
Always.
I put back my hair over the first episode. In this episode, I don't have bangs for the first time because I waxed my eyebrows myself. First time since COVID, and I did probably do a good job, but now my forehead is super shiny inside the light, so I'm wondering if maybe that was not the best idea.
So this is one of those times when
This is a crystal moment.
she had her hair like this for the last episode too, and I'm not commenting.
mention it.
I'm not commenting at all. Now, she's like, I'm like, this is the reason I don't comment, because as soon as she came on screen with different hair, I was like, "Gah, gah, 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 gah," and I'm just computing different burns to get her with. And
Are you gonna make my fun of my red forehead? Because it's huge. Because you can watch TV on it.
it's a 5 head, just so you know.
It is.
5
It
head.
really is, I know.
That's a 5 head.
Fuck
Okay.
off. My bangs will be back tomorrow.
I got like an 8. I got a 9.5 head over here. Okay, like I'm sporting like the bro here. Like this thing's gone. Okay, so fuck you guys. Okay. See, this is the problem. See, I said it, and now you're all like, oh fuck, da, da, da. And I'm like, you know what? I can't. This is the problem.
You know what?
Okay.
Next
See,
week?
no, you guys are my
tomorrow,
witness.
watch. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have it pinned like this.
No, you're not. You're so full of
not as
shit.
attractive
You're
as
so
me.
full of shit,
I
and you
know.
know it. You're full of shit, and you know it. And
I
this
don't
is
have my bangs
you
back.
asked for this,
will cry
and
myself
now
to
you're
sleep
just like,
tonight.
and you just she keeps on putting hands on her face constantly, and I'm like, yeah. And how am I supposed to not feel like a piece of shit? That's some bullshit, right? Like that's not fair, okay? Like let's be honest.
Okay, then I'll make fun of your gray beard still. I thought that we were turning 40 and dyeing our
Listen,
beard.
let's be honest. My
This is
beard
happening.
is sexy as hell. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, that's the truth.
Your mom and your wife love you very much. The rest of us think that you need some nice and easy.
Listen, that's some bullshit. This thing is all
won't tell
sex
you
and
because they
lust,
love you too
okay?
much.
Every woman has
Sure.
looked at my beard and just want to run their fingers through it. And it's just so you know, for those people
Said,
listening,
I really want a new Barbie car for Christmas, Santa.
you what an asshole.
That's what every woman.
Listen,
I
just
really
in
want
case,
that new
just
kitchen.
so to satisfy your thoughts and dreams, people, I have a long beard. It is luscious. It is very soft and not prickly,
Right.
and it is beautiful. Okay,
Right.
and it is
Some old
hot,
man pubic hair.
so hot. It's not old man hair.
Old man pubic hair.
Does not look like old man pubic hair, but that is very funny. I applaud you for that.
Thanks.
Did you just light something on fire? What did you just do? She knocked over a lamp. You knocked over some sort of lamp or something, yes?
A light.
A light. Okay, that's fine. It definitely looked like fire for a second there, and I was like, listen, I don't think we have to keep it going because you may have started a fire. That's just...
My Effie fell down and my 1960s picture fell down. So I just had a little moment, but it was nothing. It was just a crystal fucked up moment. Happens.
So what I heard while you're talking was I dropped the lamp and burned the I fuck you sign, and I'm like, what? And she's like, and that's why, like, just random words. There's none of it makes any fucking sense. This is great. I love it. I can't get more enjoyment from life. I can't. It's just so good.
You know why? You know what he loves about it is because he loves bitching. And he's like, oh my god, I have something to be angry about. Yes. Something to be mad about. This is so good.
I have no idea what she said. All
good.
I heard was, you know why? Because he loves... I had no idea what you just said.
Being angry.
I do love being angry.
Being distraught.
I feel like the more I'm angry, the more calories I burn. That's what I feel.
Ooh. Do you know what also burns lots of calories?
Fucking.
Smiling fuckface.
Nah, that's false. Smiling, it's a punk move.
Look how skinny I am. I smile all the time.
That was a really, really strong burp. And it was worth
I know,
it.
thank you. I just tasted your pancharati.
It was...
They put a little extra garlic in it.
Listen, let's be honest. The panzerotti was delicious, and my beard is gloriously sexy. That's just how life is, okay?
So is Hugh Hefner's balls.
If Hugh Hefner's balls were as hairy as my beard, I think he would have been king of the 70s even more so. He would have been an elected official. Did you know that, do you know who the president was that took over for JFK? Was it Lyndon B. Johnson? I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson.
It was Nixon, wasn't it?
No, that was after.
Or no, it was supposed to be.
But Lyndon B. Johnson, his dick was so big, he had to ask them to tailor more room in his pants because his dick and balls were so big. That's a fact. There's like recordings where he's ordering pants, like, hey, make sure you put extra room in there. I can't even put my pants on. You have to make extra room. And they're like, yes, sir. And he's like, not like last time. I mean, like twice as much room. And they were like, what the fuck? And then they found out he just got a massive dong. That's actually, yeah.
It's comfortable being leader of the world, I guess.
I think that's where it starts. Being comfortable with your manhood. And like, it's just weird when guys who don't have a big dick are like, I got a huge dick. You're like, no, you don't, man. We all know you don't have a big. Like, you can just tell. It's like that big dick energy. You can just tell you're like, that guy's confident in his dick and what he can do with it. Because listen, some people fight with a rapier sword, like just the fencing artist. Other people need a broadsword. What are you going to do?
He's a lazy guy. He's got a big dick, unfortunately. And he just wants to lay there because he thinks he's got a big dick. What's he going to do?
So we're out of time. We're out of time. We're definitely out of time now. The worst part is she said it, she's like, yeah, if they're lazy, they got a big old dick. You're like, what the? This is fantastic. I can't get more joy out of life. I feel like it's just at that point. You know what? Let's go right into our motivation. Morning motivation rant for today. Let's say, in all honesty, guys, I would say, let's do it about something we talked about today. Was that the idea of paying yourself first has been a long-standing primary, like kind of a first job when it came to finance. Was there was people would always say, you know, pay yourself first, save 10% of what you make. And there's been various interpretations of it, but there's not really. It's said as a statement, not as an explanation. So I've been delving in this a lot more, just reading up on some old finance tactics and just various things of making money, merchandising, and everything. Just because as this picks up, I want to make sure we expand it in the proper segments and grow appropriately. Now, one of the things that I came to realize was that idea of paying yourself first is not what we all think about. It's more so the idea of have a side hustle that's yours and yours alone. So maybe that's a comedy show, or maybe it's a podcast, or maybe it's something. But make it be able to produce up to 10% of your day job, okay, that is solely in your control and in your pockets. You always have it on the go. And that is something that's attainable, because 10% of what you normally make makes sense. In the same fashion, emotionally, we invest so heavily in the people around us, in our jobs, in our friendships, and a lot of times we forget that same thing. Now, as we know, Crystal does stuff like she goes camping and stays out in the wilderness, and for her that helps her recharge. The problem is that it's not necessarily a consistent attainability, because we have weather issues, there's availability, there's lots of things that have to come into consideration. So there has to be planning, there has to be structure for it. But that doesn't make it unattainable, it just means you have to work harder for it. But in the same sense, if for ourselves and our own mental health and progress and growth, are we setting aside that 10% of our time for just us? Okay, it's that time we use for meditation. And this is the thing is, a lot of times people say, oh, well, I go to yoga and I go to these classes and everything. Those aren't by yourself. Okay, you have to understand, this is time that is exclusively just you for you, period. And it's the same thing is that with income, we have a lot of good advice, but there's actually transferable advice. The idea that you should have something that's solely yours, exclusively yours, that can only benefit you and you alone and is within your control is a very freeing idea, both monetarily, and I feel like if we try that as a mental health practice, that it will greatly increase that helpfulness, right? Because the problem is, right now I feel like as a mental health thing, a lot of us are kind of just staying out of empty, like we're just putting in $5 before we crash. Whereas in actuality, we should have a full tank, so that in times like right now, what's happening with Crystal, where it's like there's a lot of things going on, so she can't really leave to go away. It's like, well, now you have, oh, well, you are already full, so that's okay, you have time. But we're doing the reverse, where we're only trying to keep it above empty, when we should be always trying to keep it at the top as full. I think that's all. Does that make sense? Yeah?
It does make sense.
Does? Okay.
Good sense, good advice, good motivating.
I used to give advice for a living.
By me.
Yeah, so Crystal, that's all I got to say. Where can everyone find you?
Not at that ugly face. You can find me at, no, just because I was like this. You can find me at Simply Me on YouTube, Crystal Morency on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Dino.
Guys, Dino the Genetic Marvel. I am on YouTube. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I have a fan page, and I'm on Twitter. But as well, Morning Motivational Rant, guys. We're on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, follow us. We also have an Instagram page where I steal memes from people and I share them, but I steal them from a lot of real random places. So it can be a great source to get memes that you could share with your friends. Ta-da! As well, we have the Facebook fan page where we try and release clips and everything, and our audio versions are on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So please like, share, subscribe. Keep motivated, guys. Keep going, and we're here for you. We're 7 days a week. We try and release our episodes every day at 10 o'clock as best we can, and we will see you definitely tomorrow. Bye!